Reporting from Arkham Asylum, this is Mr. Rogues. In this video we spotlight forgotten supervillain, the Eraser. Throughout the decades, countless vile knaves have reared their ugly mugs to pester our beloved superheroes. Some of these statutory rogues have gone on to stand among the most infamous fictional villains in pop culture history, while others have completely vanished into obscurity. In this episode of Forgotten Supervillains, we spotlight the Eraser. Eraser, real name Lenny Fiasco, great name, made his first appearance in Batman 188, published in 1966. The story, titled The Eraser Who Tried to Rub Out Batman, great title, was written by Broome and penciled by Sheldon Moldoff. In it, Commissioner Gordon calls in Batman and Robin to inform them of something quite alarming and bizarre. For the past week, not a single shred of evidence has been left on any of multiple crime scenes. It's like someone's been there to erase it all. Soon the dynamic duo discover that is the very case. There's a new crook in town, and he's operating with a unique angle. Instead of committing crimes, this Eraser sells his services to other criminals, erasing all clues they've left while pulling off a heist. To do so, Eraser uses a giant eraser, doubling as his mask, which has been coated with a special kind of compound concocted by the man himself. To catch this weird felon, Batman goes undercover as a criminal, hiring Eraser's services. It is then that Bruce sees him unmasked and learns that the mysterious Eraser is in fact his old schoolmate, Lenny Fiasco. Lenny was a bit of a loser who could never get anything right, and thus often found himself with Eraser in hand to fix his mistakes. An omen for his future for sure. Lenny was also in love with Celia Smith, a girl from school whom he couldn't get. So another lovesick villain here. Anyway, Celia was dubbed the Ice Queen during some winter festival, and Bruce was her Ice King. The jealous Lenny was made witness to this and assumed Celia and Bruce were an item, which they weren't. Anyway, flash forward to the present, and Lenny would actually see through Bruce's criminal disguise and recognize him for whom he really is. Now, after all these years, Lenny Fiasco is going to get his vengeance on the boy who stole his gal away, which he didn't really do, and rob out the Batman at the same time without knowing it. Following this comic, the Eraser disappeared into obscurity and didn't return until much later in the 2000s, although only for a few very tiny cameos. The character hasn't made any real appearances outside his first story. As for other media, he has, naturally, appeared on the cartoon show Batman the Brave and the Bold, also just for a couple of cameos. He also made another cameo in the Lego Batman movie. So, the Eraser, one of the most requested villains. Ever since I started this channel, people have been screaming for me to do the Eraser. Well, the time has finally come, and I hope you're satisfied. What can I really say about the Eraser? Old Lenny Fiasco, the human Eraser. The concept is pretty good and unique. A villain who helps out other criminals, erasing their evidence. You could easily revamp this character for the modern age as something more serious and grounded. Some kind of expert in the underworld. We see a lot of stuff like that in movies and TV shows. Cleaners, they're often called. I wouldn't mind Lenny being Gotham City's de facto cleaner. Of course, by doing so you would erase a lot of his appeal and charm. The reason why so many people request this guy in the first place is obviously because of his silliness. That suit of his and the damn pencil eraser head. That is what catches people's attention. So we've got a bit of a dilemma here, and maybe that's why nothing has been done with the guy. Modern creators like putting him in the background because of his weird and unique visual design, but they don't really want to do anything else with him. You can't tell a serious story with the old Silver Age Eraser. You might be able to tell a good one, but it wouldn't be very serious. And if you change him and make him serious, you've sort of ruined the guy. I don't know, I'm fine with Fiasco being a one-shot Silver Age villain. His one story is all I really need with him. It's the epitome of campy Batman, and the story itself even seems to know that. Hell, it even seems to strive for it. The characters themselves call out Fiasco on his campiness, and there are numerous references to the Adam West TV show, which was at its height of popularity at the time. In other words, this guy is the perfect goofy 60s Batrogue, and maybe that's all he should be. So there you have it. That is the story of forgotten supervillain, the Eraser. You've waited very long for my take on this guy, and I hope it didn't disappoint. A bit short, sure, but what else is there to say about a guy who really only appeared in one single 14-page long story? Anyway, as always, remember, Arkham Asylum awaits you in the next video.